It's a well-known fact that we really don't have spring in Newfoundland. We go from snow, to a lot of rain, and now I can see my beds. So it's time for me to try to get some of those really early things that I can plant in the ground. There is sunshine. So this month I'm going to plant some peas. So I'm going to do peas as I always do along here. I will fix the strings on the 3 beds that I've did in past years. Probably should crop rotate or whatever, but it works and I'm not changing it. Also, I've got some broad beans. I'm going to, it's only a layer of peas here to go here, and maybe might get 2 rows of broad beans in each bed. Now they're long-term growing, but the sun comes from this angle and they're at this side of the bed, so it should be fine. And obviously I'll have to cover them because the crows play with my beans. They pull them out and they leave them for me. I push them back in, they pull them out. Can't be bothered. There's always mice to contend with too, so I will slightly cover once they get going. But the temperature in the soil is nice. Now certainly you could start these inside, the broad beans. I don't want to bother with that. I've got enough things I have to start inside, and they should do fine, and I'll get going. I've got a few different types of peas, and I also have, oh, and some spinach I might stick somewhere. And I also have the peas for pods, but also I have some, they're called sugar daddy. That's the sugar peas that you can eat, the whole pod. So I'll just get going. All I'm doing is sticking the peas down 1 inch, and the broad beans probably down my thumb, all the way down. So I'll just get it going ahead and get going on that. Now, without knowing how much soil I can get my hands on this year, you'll notice I'm being extremely frugal with the soil that I do have, and it's not much. So these ones are called Little Marvel. So I'll do half a row of Little Marvel and half a row of Progress number 9. You want to stick your peas down a good little bit because they pop out of the soil. Mine do anyway. They'll still grow like you do when you do pea shoots. Speaking of, here's my current batch. Next one I'm going to do the sugar daddy, and then the one below probably do my purple peas, which are gorgeous. Should probably go through these and make sure they're all okay, but my typical flying on the seat of my pants. Laziness. on, get these done. I won't water them in. I know we're in for some torrential rains coming soon. I'll dampen the top of the soil just to keep the soil from flying away at the moment. But we are in for several days of, well, sunshine, rain. So it should be good timing for this. And there'll probably be snow, of course, but both these plants can handle a bit of snow. Some call it the poor man's fertilizer. It grabs, I don't know what it grabs, nitrates or something from the sky. Anyways. I can't see my screen, so if I'm scaring you too close, I apologize. I also stuck a row of spinach. I've got the Bloomsdale long standing, and the beans, I forgot to say, they're the Broad Windsor beans, which are, I guess, sort of a classic here in the Atlantic region anyways. Good, done. These days I just seem to keep cooking and eating and cooking and eating. It's scary. Okay, first I'm on this side of the kitchen because that side of the kitchen is still messy from my chicken I just made. And I'm not going to show you. Anyway, we've been eating crab for days because they were doing some production trials at work, and so I was very fortunate to get to take home some crab. Bruce made some wonderful crab cakes. They were delicious, actually. And we've been eating it straight up, but now I think I'm going to try, what am I doing? Crab au gratin. I'm going to give it a try. So I've just sauteed some onions, and then I threw the crab on top, and I let that sit because then I'm going to pour the sauce on it. So I started with the roux, your basic roux, your butter, your flour, your milk. I added some herbs, then the cheese, cheddar cheese, a strong cheddar cheese, and then I poured it on top of the crab, and I baked it. It was delicious. And a nice crusty bread. And this is that little funny project I asked Bruce to try to help me with. So here's the little crate now. It was just a crate that they used, I think it was a motor that arrived at work. So I grabbed it, recycled it, asked them to put some walls on it that would keep the soil in. And he has done that. I had also recycled some bubble wrap from the office. He's put 2 layers of that, and inside he's put household insulation left over from when we built our house. So everything's recycled, and he's just going to put another clip here to hold it down, and I'll see if I can get it outside. I don't know what I'm putting in it yet, but I'll figure something out to put in it. My new tiny wee cold frame. So I threw some leaves in and some dirt, and I ended up planting a few varieties of carrots and some daikon radishes. Yupper, still eating.